Hello children, I have a new story for you today, and this one is about family. It's called So Happy Together. I'm going to the market, said Mommy Bunny. I'll be back soon. Ugh, said Braden Bunny, sitting on a tree stump. He was in a bad mood. A very bad mood. His friend Lena had come over, but she was playing with Braden's sisters, Minnie and Millie. Lena was supposed to be Braden's friend. He was going to show her his secret hiding place today, the one with the carrots. The girls wove flowers around each other's ears. Silly, Braden said to himself. Then they pretended that their stuffed animals were having a tea party. Even sillier, Braden mumbled. Next, they sang a song. Come and join us, called Lena, but Braden put his paws over his ears. Finally, the three girls began to play hide and seek. Don't you want to play with us? Asked Lena. No, growled Braden. He spoiled their game by staring at them as they tried to hide so that each of the girls was found immediately. If he couldn't enjoy himself, then why should his sisters? Let's play house on the garden chairs, suggested Millie. You can't, said Braden. My trains need to go under those chairs. We thought of the chairs first, Minnie shouted, and the siblings argued. Then we'll go for a walk instead, said Millie. As far away as possible, said Braden, and that's exactly what the girls did. Braden sat outside all alone. Luckily, his friend Benny Badger happened to pass by. Braden loved playing with Benny. Where are your sisters? Asked Benny. Silly bunnies, we had an argument, said Braden. The two boys loaded the train cars with pebbles. Our trains are carrying gold, said Benny. Braden's eyes gleamed. And robbers want to take the gold. Benny looked up at the sky. It had turned very gray. There's a big storm on the way, he said. Bertie Beaver warned me. He knows about these things. Minnie, Millie, and Lena are scared stiff of thunder, Braden said, looking anxiously at the clouds. I have to go look for them. What? Said Minnie. You were just saying how silly they are. Braden's whiskers started to tremble. Brothers and sisters have to look out for one another. They're all one family. Braden hurried away as fast as he could hop. Benny stayed behind, shaking his head in disbelief. Braden ran across the field and met Missy Mouse. Do you know where Minnie, Millie, and Lena are? He asked, panting. Down at the river, said Missy. Why do you want to know? But Braden was already on his way. He had to find Minnie and Millie. Look how fast he's moving. Sounds like he's very worried about his sisters. There was nobody at the river except Fipsy Squirrel. I saw the three girls over in the big field, said Fipsy. What's the problem? But Braden was already gone. Minnie, Millie, and Lena weren't in the big field either, and the clouds in the sky were getting darker and darker. Maybe they're in the treehouse, said Braden hopefully. He quickly climbed up the ladder. Look at the trees. You can see the wind blowing. It's getting pretty dark out there. While he was looking around, he heard voices outside. It was Minnie, Millie, and Lena. Now let's get to the bridge to see the blue flowers, said Millie enthusiastically. Braden climbed down the ladder and threw his paws around his sisters. What are you doing here? Asked Minnie angrily. Come home, said Braden urgently. There's a big storm on the way. I came to get you because you're always so afraid of thunder and lightning. But so are you, Braden, said Millie. You get just as frightened as we do. Braden let out a sigh and nodded his head. Minnie and Millie didn't look angry now. In the distance, they could hear a rumbling noise. Let's go home. I'm not afraid, said Lena, but we can't stay under a tree when lightning comes. The sky got darker and darker. Together they all ran to the bunny house and closed the door nice and tight. Suddenly, Minnie started to cry. Why are you crying? Asked Lena. Everything's all right now. I'm crying because Braden is so kind, sobbed Minnie. Even though he was afraid, he came to find us. Braden went to a secret hiding place and brought back some carrots for everybody. That was very sweet. Just as the rain began to fall, Mommy Bunny came hurrying home. I'm glad you are all here, she said. Braden knew there was a storm on the way, so he came and found us, said Millie. We saw something else too, said Minnie. What's that? Asked Mommy Bunny. How nice brothers can be, said Minnie. Mommy Bunny said, nothing makes me smile more than seeing my bunnies so happy together. Braden returned to his hiding place and came back with the finest of all of his carrots. This, he said, is for Mommy. That was sweet of him to give his very best carrots to his mommy and his siblings. Well, I hope you liked that story, and I hope that you learned that being a sibling, even though that you guys may argue, that you're still family and you should always look out for one another. Thank you for listening to my story, and I'll see you in the next video.